Hey, hey. What is up? What is up? We are back. We are black. What is going on, people? Man, it's hot than a motherfucker today. I was just complaining about how cold it was. Now it's hot than a motherfucker. Let me turn this shit down a little bit. Hey, wait, hold on. Before. I just want to be with you. I want you to drive in my car. Let me buy you a drink. I hope you don't stink, bitch. Cause you gon' like it. Yeah. Niggas want to be on their R&B shit. Hold on, let me get one more. I got one more in me. I just know that you are waiting for me. And I'm waiting for you. So we can do the do. Looking type shit. Anyway, what is going on? This is the No I Don't Know podcast. I had to hit y'all with a little bit of freestyle R&B. You feel me? But anyway, let me turn that shit down. It should be bumping though. We gotta have some groovy music, or not groovy. My clown ass say groovy? Ah, damn, I feel like a goddamn clown. But anyway, oh man. Welcome back for all you who's listening. If you don't listen, fuck you. No, I'm just fucking with you. If you don't listen, you need to listen, motherfucker. If you're listening on SoundCloud, I appreciate you. When you do watch this shit on YouTube, whenever the chance you get around to listen to, I hope I fuck up your day like my shit be fucked up. Shit. But anyway, you know how it was, another clown ass day at the corporate plantation. Motherfuckers be like, well, look, motherfuckers take that church song and be like, we are soldiers in Whitey's army. We gotta fight, although we're gonna be poor. Looking ass. But anyway, yeah, I was at clown ass slavery today. Just like any other day. I feel you. Same old bullshit. But anyway, man, hey, this is the No Way, not the No Way Out, but the No I Don't Know podcast. Look, I'm tripping. I'm your boy Warren G. Been clown free and sucker free since 2003 in this bitch. Anyway, man, you already know I'm about to get into it. It's a couple things I want to get into. I named the title. The title today is All We Have Is Us. Just like the movie Us. Check it out, man. For all y'all that haven't seen that movie Us, go check it out. I'm gonna go see it again just so I can kind of get a different perspective of it. When I saw it, we're gonna get into it right away. When I saw the movie, one of the things that kind of struck me in the very beginning of that movie, hey, if y'all watched it, then I ain't gonna spoil it for you. But if you did, if you ain't watched it, then you probably not want to see it. But there was something in the beginning of the movie where the couple and Lupita, the actor, the main character, she was a little girl. And there was a lot of things, symbolisms in there, how the dad was just kind of like walking off and he wasn't really involved in the family. This is what I got from it. And he was playing the games and pretending like it was for the daughter, but he wasn't really into the whole, he was just kind of walking off. And then the mom was kind of not really into it, and she had to go use the bathroom, and you just watch her. And she just standing there while he playing the fucking games at the carnival. And it's like, to me, it just symbolized how we don't value each other when we're in each other's presence. That's the thing that I got from it. I was like, damn, that shit is crazy. And the reason why I got that shit is because I was just kind of watching how he was interacting with his daughter. And I was like, damn, man, this nigga kind of like barely paying attention to the little girl. So it's a good movie. I'm not gonna walk you through it step by step because I ain't got time for that clown ass shit. And neither do y'all. I would suggest that you go see it if you haven't seen it. Very good movie. You know, Lupita acted her ass off. That bitch was like, why do you talk to me this way? Type shit. But anyway, it was very, very good movie. It was almost on some Twilight Zone type shit. So he had a little Twilight Zone So only thing is, look, I'm not even complaining about the movie. The reason why I couldn't really get into it, god damn, when y'all motherfuckers go to the theater, go pee before the movie start. God damn. So many motherfuckers was walking. I didn't know if I was in the theater or I was at the goddamn mall shopping. It was so many motherfuckers walking back and forth. And when and ever since that motherfucker went in there and started shooting in the theater, I get paranoid like a motherfucker. I hate to jump off subject, but goddamn, that's why I couldn't really enjoy the damn movie. Because there's so many motherfuckers getting up, walking out, getting up. And I hate one way in and one way out theaters. Because if a nigga can come in there and get the tripping, shit, where the fuck you gonna go? But it was actually a good movie. And I had a chance to kind of really think about it the next day. And when I thought about it, the whole synopsis of what I got out of it was, you know, the Lupita character, when she got switched or whatever, the girl that wasn't really her, it was almost like some trading places. 1 and 2, it kind of reminded me of the Underworld. Well, the same type of premise. Agile, mobile. They could go in the sun. They were just stronger. And then the werewolves lived underground. They lived in the sewers. They lived under the ground. And then the vampires lived up above ground in nice mansions and shit, drinking fucking blood wine and laughing and joking and looking all nice and shit, where all the werewolves looked all fucked up and dingy and shit, but they were stronger. So it kind of had that same type of premise. The difference was it was just showing how materials and living the good life kind of will fuck black people in the end because we out of touch. And it just kind of showed that. Go check it out, man. For all y'all that, it just kind of reminds you of reality. You know, the black man, he got his college degree and you got your summer house out there in Santa Clarita or Santa Clara, where the fuck. Look, anything in California, Santa, any goddamn, I don't give a goddamn if it's the Santa Anita racetrack. It's too goddamn expensive for some niggas. And if you're living over there, sometimes you will be out of touch of reality. And that family that came, the doubles, they took a lot of different premises. They wasn't having that shit. It was like some people in the sewers type shit. You know, it was a good movie. It had a good premise. It lets you know, like, everywhere you go, there you are. So for every time you think you doing good, if your people not doing good, then you not doing good. Very, very, very good movie. Very good movie. And what like kind of really tripped me out about it was, I think what tripped me out about the whole thing about the movie was how they kind of geared it towards women's strength and how the woman had to take over and all this other stuff. You just gotta check it out. You gotta check out. Oh, they got white people in there too, and they get their asses fucked off too. And it what I got from the white people, if you haven't seen it, what I got from the white people is this. That's normal. Two people that's together have no idea what their kids is doing, have no idea what each other's doing, but they just with each other because of a lifestyle. And when they get home behind a nice big ass mansion, they don't even fuck with each other. One motherfucker's at one end of the house and other motherfuckers at the end. I'm not saying that black people are like that, but it's more poor and disenfranchised black people than there are Caucasians. So don't be fooled by those mansions that you see those Caucasians go to, because there's a lot of misery and fuckery going on in those. That's my interpretation of the movie. Facts. You know, you gotta check it out, man. It was a very good movie. Very, very, very good. I enjoyed it. What I could enjoy out of it, because I was like, God damn, every time they was getting to a critical point, motherfuckers was getting up and walking. I'm like, God damn, man. It's like, I don't get these motherfuckers, man. Motherfucker don't know how to, niggas got ants in their pants and they got to dance. God damn. But anyway, man, it was a great movie, man. It depicted a lot. It depicted how the white people, they was out of touch reality too. And there's white poor people. This is what I would like to interject to people that write movies and all that. This is one thing. The system of white supremacy is real. Classism is real. But system of white supremacy triumphs classism I would say to the naked eye. And the reason why I would say that to the average person is because most Caucasians, this is just my opinion, my perspective, most Caucasians, they don't give a fuck that the elite at the top don't give a fuck about their families or nothing, as long as they can be telling some niggas what to do. That's a fact. I don't give a fuck if they are supervisor of janitorial services where they tell everybody how to clean the toilet. As long as they can tell some niggas what to do, they satisfied with that. That's just how I feel. That's why the social engineering that's going on today is crazy. I was even thinking about Amber Evans. Why is that not a national story? That they couldn't find her, she was missing, and they found a girl in a fucking river. Why is that not a national story? Why is that not a national story? But JonBenet Ramsey, you know, I feel like that was the story, but it wasn't. They still don't know how that girl got killed. To my mistake, but you know they made it national. But her parents was white, so they was like, they couldn't have done it. But I remember that, I'm gonna take y'all back. There was a gentleman, a black police officer. His name was Bobby Cutts, and he was married to a Caucasian. When she came up missing, they had everybody out there, but they was looking at that black ass nigga the whole fucking time, like, yeah, nigga. See, that's what I'm saying. But when our people come up missing, it's like that type of shit. I just trip off that stuff, that type of mentality. You know, that's why go see that movie Us. Go see it. It's got a lot of symbolisms and things in the movie. There was things. See, I wasn't really paying attention to nothing else. I was just watching the Lupita character because I knew she was gonna tell it all. Like, just, you know, it was just symbolisms on, you know, how out of touch they are. And what I got from it too was when Lupita switched on some fucking changing places, when she got switched as a kid, she grew up. She loved that lifestyle. The affluent lifestyle of not having to worry about living under the fucking ground. She never wanted to go back there, knowing that she was not the one that's supposed to be living there. But she didn't have no problem fucking staying there and living that good life. That's a fact. How many of us, when we get that money, we want to live that good life and we lose touch with reality? How many of us? How many of us, when we get a little piece of change, we want to go out there and floss on the next nigga and walk around and let everybody know we done arrived? How many of us do that? I want to know. Ask yourself that question. I was having this, it was so funny because I was having this battle on Twitter. And you know, I'm all for it. And the reason why I'm all for it is because, let me tell you. Let me tell you this. The reason why I'm all for it is because knowledge itself is powerful. It's very powerful. And let me read y'all some of the things, whether this was a bot or it don't matter who he was. I'm going to read you some of the things that was said. Let me find it. Let me see if I can find it. I don't think I can find it. Let me see. Let me see. I don't think I can find it. I was going. His name was MAGA something. They must have deleted it. They must have deleted it. Yeah. Or I don't know. I could have swore his name was like MAGA something. And he was just basically talking. His name was like MAGA something. And he was on Twitter asking me shit like, well, that's the problem with black people. This white man trying to tell me that's the problem with black people. Black people, it's about everyone and it's not about just black people. Also trying to make me feel bad because I want my black people to receive the resources that are owed to us. My simple reply was, why is it every time native black people talk about how we built this country and what we are owed has not been given to us, there's a problem? Then he starts saying, well, then the next thing this man says to this on Twitter, he says, deflecting now, does not want to acknowledge that black people built the country. The Chinese built the railroads. Now, if you go back and listen to my podcast months ago, I talked about how somebody at the corporate plantation was like, man, that was so sad how they forced those Chinese, you know, to build those railroads. Didn't want to mention slavery, didn't want to mention Jim Crow, segregation, redlining, gentrification, none of that shit. He didn't want to mention none of that, but couldn't wait to mention the Chinese. You know why? That's white fragility. So when he said that, I said, there you go with deflecting. We built this country, and you are a direct beneficiary of the labor that my ancestors did for this country. Not George Washington. I will not tell a lie with his clown ass, and Thomas Jefferson and all them other clown motherfuckers, but the backs of black labor. Then he was like, you know, I don't know where you're getting this from. You're not woke. You don't understand what you're saying. This is, and then I started quoting books. Well, why don't you read Dr. Francis Quest Welsing's book, The ISIS Papers? Why don't you read Black Labor, White Wealth? I said, we were here. We are the native blacks. We're here. He was like, oh no, the Mexicans were here and the native Indians were here. No. Then he said, I worked with a black guy once, and he had the nerve to tell me that blacks were here before Native Americans. Yes, the more what this motherfucker said to me, that's why I'm trying to find it, and it's gone now. The motherfucker trying to say to me now, he's trying to say, oh, well, I can tell you don't have no IQ and this conversation is going nowhere. Oh, now the conversation is going nowhere because I'm giving you facts. Then he was like, oh, black people weren't the first people here, and white people and Mexicans and Chinese are responsible for civilization and all this other stuff. I said, then how do you explain the pyramids that are in Africa? How do you explain the pyramids? You know what this white person said on Twitter? He said aliens are responsible for the pyramids, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't even want to give black people props for building the pyramids. I said, we are responsible for civilization as you know it. We're responsible for math, science, all the liberal arts. How do you, he said, how's that? I said, how do you explain the pyramids? Boom, hit him with the pyramids. You know there's no answer for that. Let me tell you, any Caucasian, they hate that shit. I'm talking about the racist motherfuckers. Oh, they hate it when you bring up the pyramids. You know why? Because that trumps Pythagorean theorem. That trumps Plato, Socrates, all these philosophers that we put on pedestals. That trumps all they shit because they got it from us. Then he started talking about the IQ and all that. I say, it's so funny how you talking about the IQ and all those other things, but when I quote books and I give you books to read, you have no response. You have yet to give me a book that I may need to read from your perspective. No response. Ain't heard from, and I've been waiting all fucking day. Right. And this is what happens, ladies and gentlemen. We got to understand what it is. This is how they think. This is how they think. That's why I was like looking for, I'm like, man, me and him was going at it. We was going at it. But for some reason, all of a sudden, I can't find it. Ain't that a bitch? I mean, we was going at it. Wow, I didn't know that I didn't know that Tech 9 passed away. If that's true, that's not cool. But anyway, I was just reading that on Twitter. I can't find it, but this motherfucker was going in. But it's all good. I don't need to show y'all. I just want to give y'all a synopsis of what people think. And that's the majority of people that think that. They'll never give you props. You gotta take your props. You don't wait for people to give it to you. We are the creators and the inventors, not them. Stop letting everybody think that fucking. I like what Brother Reza Islam for the Nation of Islam said. He said a quote that was dope. He was like, first of all, social media is owned by the CIA and FBI. They just put Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg and all this. Okay, we'll give you all this fictitious money. First of all, it's money because we back it. We believe in that system. But it's so funny that none of the other countries really believe in it. But United States of America, go watch Narcos on Netflix. I'm so disappointed in the Colombians. You had Pablo Escobar that was giving niggas money, making sure everybody was caked up, wanted to liberate Colombia, and here these motherfuckers go infiltrating it and getting inside the goddamn government. It's like, oh my God, man, I don't understand these people, man. The system of white supremacy is real, whether y'all want to admit it or not. And if you're not on code, you the fuck out of here. If you go watch the movie Us, that family that was affluent, that was getting fucked up by the doubles, the doppelgangers, They're twins. They're evil twins. They had to be on code at the end of the goddamn movie. You know why? Because they won't be on code. There's gonna be some dead motherfuckers. You gotta be on code. Why does it take violence for us to be on code? No, because we too busy trying to get a pet. Did I do good, massa? And then you want to go back. Yeah, see, you know, shit, them white people, they love me. This bullshit. Then you start, you get arrogant. There's a sense of, you think you're a part of the aristocracies of the world where you think, oh man, these motherfuckers love me. Man, them niggas don't love you, clown. This is business. I don't care if you're in the NBA, the CIA, the FBI, all that shit. It's not your shit. They are the authors of your narrative at that job, but they're not the authors of your mind. You got to create your own avenue. Stop going on the internet and seeking refuge in the internet, because the internet is not real. It's not real. Let me tell you how I know it's not real. Because there's a video, if you scroll all the way down to the end of my page, I'm talking about scroll all the way down, there's an actual video of me at a party getting a video of some fuckery shit. That's got more views. I deleted half the videos that I had on my page from years ago that had 13, 14, 15, 20,000 views, because people like to watch fuckery. People don't want to have a serious dialogue. It's a fact. We're not talking about Amber Evans, the young girl that got found in the river dead. No, we talking about Mueller came to a conclusion that there was nothing in the report about Donald Trump. Man, look, let me tell you something. Donald Trump gonna win no matter what. Period. He is there to do a specific job. They're selected, not elected. Clown. They'll never change the electoral college. I saw Nancy Pelosi's clown ass talking about, you know, somebody was like, well, what do you plan on doing about capitalism and all this other stuff? She was like, well, just let you know, this is a capitalistic society. No shit, Sherlock. We're trying to undo that shit. That's why we got to understand what it is. Know what the fuck is going on. Stop thinking, well, it don't affect me, so I don't give a fuck. No, have that mentality at your corporate plantation. But outside that corporate plantation, look your brother and sister in the eye and speak to them. Even if they rude as fuck, who cares? I'm talking about outside the job. Now, on the job, man, fuck all that. It's a bunch of coons and sambos and motherfuckers got attitudes and shit. Man, I ain't got time for that. I don't care if you are black. If you on that corporate plantation and you know we are who we got, and you got a fucked up, funky attitude with your fellow brother and sister and think you gonna go dry snitch, I can't fuck with that, and I'm not co-signing that. That's some coon Samboism type shit. And we gotta know how to conduct ourselves. That's why that kid that got shot in the back, I forgot his name. He was on the last podcast I kind of mentioned. I was like, damn, man. But niggas, well, we gotta protest. No, why don't y'all start calling Obama's whole ass out for signing that Blue Lives Matter policy that protects the police? You know why? Because the police was gonna protect him. They was gonna make sure they vote him in. I'm telling you, man, this shit is all organized and strategized without people seeing with the naked eye. Why you think now? Think about it. Y'all think I'm bullshitting? In Nevada, as well as every other United States, America Incorporated states, individual states, by 2020, you have to have a real ID. Basically, if you go watch Aaron Russo, Fascism of America, go watch that documentary on YouTube. He talks about how him and David Rockefeller had to sit down when he was running for governor of Nevada in 97, 98. And he talks about how he met up with David Rockefeller. And David, I think it was David Rockefeller or somebody that was related, that was in the Rockefeller family, was basically like, oh, we're going to give people, we're already working on FRID chips and all this other shit that they can plant in your body. First of all, anybody that has any common knowledge should know that's the same chip that they put in your dog. So when they scan your dog and they say, oh, hi, such and such, we found your dog at the pound. We scanned it. That's why they make everybody get a chip in their dog. So how you know you ain't got a chip in you? Now they like, oh no, fuck it. We giving you a real ID. So basically you can't go in no government building, no federal government building without that ID. That type of shit. Now you gotta go show your driver's license, your birth certificate, all this clown shit, man. Because they're ushering you into a new system. Agenda 21 is already real. They're already killing niggas. How many motherfuckers? Man, let me tell you something. You can't eat shit. You might as well go out there and just eat grass. Because anything you eat, you got to look at the label. You got to read how much sodium is in it. And I'm not talking about Himalayan salt. It's the white bitch with the goddamn umbrella. That's sodium chloride, ladies and gentlemen. Sodium chloride, you know what the fuck is in that shit? That's what they pump you full of when you're in the goddamn hospital. Yeah, the bitch with the umbrella. with the blue, it's a blue wrap all around it. And this is the salt bitch. That bitch. That shit is not healthy for you. But why would they tell you about Himalayan salt? That's what I'm saying. Agenda 21 is already real. They already killing niggas off. See, here's the thing, though. The system of white supremacy is so strong, ladies and gentlemen. The system is so strong that Caucasians that are getting screwed over and fucked over, they don't even want a team manager of a McDonald's that's making $60,000, $70,000 a year. He gonna look at niggas like they ain't shit. Nigga, you over at McDonald's, nigga. One false move on their stock, and you probably the fuck out of there. But that power is a motherfucker. And I'm saying this directly to my people. Stop going to these corporate plantation jobs and thinking you finna have some type of power. You don't have any power on their playing field. Facts. I don't care how much they love you, how much they pretend to like you, how much they act like they into you. It's not your fucking game. It's not your field. It's not your ball game. Stop acting like you got some type of power. No, your power is in your mind and your thoughts. And being creative outside of that corporate plantation to better your situation. So you won't be fucking going crazy. Find you a hobby. I remember a dude asked me, he was like, man, do you bet on basketball games? I was like, hell no. I ain't putting the fucking mob's kids through school. What kind of shit is that? And he was just like, oh no, man, it's a good hobby. I said, for you, not for me. I'd rather go put my fucking money in the Wheel of Fortune thing and pull it. Maybe at least I get some. But I'm not gonna be up there at the sports book every day being a goddamn zombie. For all you that want to do it, I salute you. But I'm not doing that shit. Matter of fact, riddle me this. Go to a sports book. Yo, yeah, you're gonna see Caucasians there, but how many Jews do you see at the sports book? How many wealthy, not rich, wealthy people do you see at the sports book? Not Floyd Mayweather. I'm talking about wealthy. Descendants of the Rockefellers, the Carnegies, the DuPonts, the Morgans. Like I said, if you Google Mary M. Shell Rothschild's network, it's some fictitious number. It's not even a real number. JP Morgan as well. They don't even have a number for him. But they give you the Forbes magazine and be like, look, this person is worth $5 billion. Man, get the fuck out of here. While JP Morgan and Paul Warburg and Mary M. Shell Rothschild and John D. Rockefeller and all those other motherfuckers that came up with the Federal Reserve, we don't know what their net worth is. When you ask a person, go to the news and be like, well, how much do they make? What's their net worth? They won't even put the shit on TV. That's how cold they are. I'm just saying, we got to do things differently. We got to support each other. And we got to stop thinking, well, it ain't my problem. Fuck them. They on their own. Even you can have that mentality after you have tried. If you have not tried, then you can't have that mentality that fuck them. They on their own. But if you have tried to talk to your brothers and sisters, I'm talking about people that you know, and you trying to, guide them in the right way so they don't make deaf, dumb, and blind decisions. After you tell them, that's on them. But at least you did communicate that to them. Be on code, man. I said all the time, and I'm gonna keep saying. Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, the ISIS Papers, you better go get that book. She talks about circular motion, circular thinking. So you know how it's in a circular motion or whatever, like things are like, it's like a circle figure eight. Circular thinking. You gotta get out of that thinking. You gotta get out of thinking that they're God. That's the problem, because we don't know who we are. See, that's the problem. That's why on Twitter that motherfucker couldn't, when I started talking about what we created and the pyramids and all that, oh man, no response. No response. See, he thought it was going to be like, oh, you ain't shit and you a hoe ass. I don't need to do that. I was just hitting him with facts. I just kept saying it's so funny how when black people want resources for us, we racist. Then he had the nerve to hit me up with this on Twitter. And people going to hit you up with this. Oh, well, if that's racist, oh, but let me guess, black people can't be racist because you have no power. See, white people know what it is. It's called white fragility. Get that book, ladies and gentlemen. Look it up. Google it. White fragility is real. And he was deflecting. Because a lot of Caucasians and a lot of other people in other races, not just Caucasians, I'm talking about the dominant society, everybody that's alignment with the system of white supremacy, they know what the fuck is going on. And let me tell you this. And hear me good. I'm looking at the camera. Hear me good. Anybody that you know that'll smile with you and smile with the dominant society is not a person that you want to be around. That's a person you want to get the fuck away from and just leave their ass alone. Because in this system of white supremacy, you're trying to establish a system of justice. So with that being said, you cannot play the middle. You can't play the middle. At all. There is no playing the middle, ladies and gentlemen. You can't be neutral. Now on your job, of course you have to be neutral. You have to be neutral on your job because you need your income to take care of your family. I'm not telling you to be dumb, but once you eject yourself from that system, stop hanging out with other races and thinking that they're for our plight, because they're not, and they don't care. No, they laugh at us, they talk about us, they make fun of us, they to our music for entertainment, even though it's soulful and it comes from our soul, but they listen to us, and then when they done, they toss to the wayside. I don't care about no other race being a Tupac fan. I don't give a fuck about you being a Tupac fan if you don't know what he stood for. If you're a Tupac fan, you have to generalize, or you have to keep in context I'm a fan of Tupac's music. Don't say you are a Tupac fan and you have no idea the other side, just away from his music, that he was a Black Panther. He was raised a Black Panther. And if you knew anything about the Black Panthers, then you would know what they're about. Establishing a system of justice. Fighting against the system of white supremacy. Even though most white people in the dominant society today will call the Black Panthers a terrorist group. But let me tell you, the first terrorist act was Tulsa, Oklahoma, when they dropped a bomb on Tulsa, Oklahoma, because it was Black Wall Street and all we did was deal with each other. That's it. It's facts. You don't even want to have me get into medical apartheid and all the testing and things that they was doing to melanated brothers and sisters. I talked about that book. I forgot her last. I think her first name is Harriet. It's a very good book. It's called Medical Apartheid. Very good book. It's sad. We gotta educate us, man. Stop letting them give you the narrative. Every black child that goes to school, when they take geometry, you should be telling your kids, we created geometry. Just think how empowering that would be and how impactful that would be on a young black man's life if you have the knowledge of self and you know how to tell him, just in case if he's like, we create, her or him is like, we created geometry, and you give him this book, A Stolen Legacy. You give him that book or her that book. Read that book. And it was so funny because even on Twitter, dude was like, oh, well, you shouldn't believe everything you read in the book. Motherfuckers always trying to tell you that shit when you read. But if you don't read, they calling you a dumb motherfucker. You a dumb nigger if you don't read. See, I love it. And I ain't read as much books as most, but the books that I have read, I covet them like a motherfucker. Let me tell you, it makes me feel empowered when you even look a person in the eye, a part of the dominant society, and you know that they are direct beneficiaries off of our black labor. It's like, nah, homie, you had a 450-year head start. You supposed to be where you at. Stop going to these corporations and Coca-Cola and Sprite and all these and seeing these Caucasians and people part of the dominant society and be like, man, they doing it. Bill Gates, nigga, they had a 500-year head start. They supposed to be where they at. But if you watch and you look and you observe, like our brother Red Pill and Blue Pill states all the time. Go check them out on YouTube. They also state they watch and study our algorithms. That's why they want us on these corporate plantations. They like to watch us go and work harder than everybody else and see how much they can push us to the limit. And then they want to give you a pat on the head. I remember one time Pau Gasol tried to pat Chris Paul on the head. And Chris Paul, when Chris Paul was a Clipper, this was a long time ago. This is like 7-8 years ago. Chris Paul did not let him pat him on the head, and he moved his arm and was like, hey, man, I don't do that shit. And they asked Chris Paul, man, CP3, why? He said, nah, man, I don't do that. That's what you do to your son. I'm not your son, so don't pat me on the head. And I respected that because he knew what it is, and he knew what it was then. See, we got to know who we are and what we're responsible for, because everybody else know, and the ones that don't, they just playing stupid. So you mean to tell me that black people are faster, stronger? We're the inventors? We know we're the inventors. Look at the goddamn pyramids. They would have been tore those pyramids down, but they make so much money. That's why they don't want to tear them down. So look at the pyramids and how it's strategically designed a certain way and how it's designed. Go watch documentaries on the pyramids. Oh, and by the way, because you know sometimes it translates better with my folk that when you say white people vetted out, they like, oh, okay, cool. So in the documentary, it wasn't nothing but Caucasians. And they was like how they built, but what they like to do is separate the Egyptians from Africa. Like Egypt is different from Africa. Clown. It's on the continent of Africa. It is in Africa. It is African principles and beliefs. You better go get the Ancient Egyptian Book of the Dead. Transmigration of Spirits. I don't know a lot about that shit, but that shit fucked me up when I read. Once I read that book, I was like, all right, this religious shit is some bullshit because it really messed you up. We got to know what it is, man. Stop getting on these jobs and cooning and samboing and acting like you better than everybody. I say this every podcast because I see it all the fucking time. I see it. Then you get in front of them. Yes, sir. No, sir. Ours do we sick, boss? What you need, boss? You want me to work 80 hours a week? I work 80 hours a week. And then you justify by, oh, I'm not going to have fat checks. I'm going to have some pay. You right. You going to have some pay. You going to have some fat checks. But let me tell you what you're not going to have is time. And you can't buy that back, ladies and gentlemen. And so many of us slave night and day and work 3 jobs and 2 jobs. And you work your ass off because of financial situations. But you're going to look back and be like, damn, I was wasting a lot of time being at these corporate plantations. And for all you brothers and sisters that are in charge in positions of power at these corporate plantations, stop treating people fucked up. And stop expecting them to walk your path. Stop expecting them to do and think and say and act like you want them to act. Everybody has to blaze their own trail. Everybody's not trying to be in a position of power in corporate America. Some people just want to get their money and go. Some people ain't want to smile with everybody and shake hands and do all the coon sambo shit you got to do, because ain't no black person in white America can be who they really want to be and speak from the perspective unless they are around confident Caucasians. If it's confident Caucasians, you can speak freely. Confident. But very seldom you're going to come across confident ones. That's a fact. You got to know what it is, man. Watch that movie Us. It showed you, damn, that's an affluent black family, but they were just out of touch with reality. They was, until they doubles came. And then when the motherfucking people under the stairs under the subways came to meet their motherfucking asses, niggas had to get on code. It's so funny. A dude was arguing me down on Twitter about code. This code, what's this code thing? I bet you if it's a bunch of niggas there and a white motherfucker come with a gun, you gonna get on code with your people. We only get on code when it's a race riot in fucking prison. But when we get out, it's back to the 8 trays and 6 O's shit. And it's like, niggas gotta stop that shit, man. You better look in LA. Them Latinos done took over LA. When I grew up in LA, I never even knew what a Hispanic or Mexican was. All you saw was whites and blacks, and you only saw whites when you went to Santa Monica and Beverly Hills, and that's a fact. When you went to the pier, that's when you saw white people. When I moved out to the valley, that's when I started to see more Latinos and Asians and all that. And what used to trip me out, what they call us nigger and all this other shit, but they bumping our music. That's what shows you. The lack of respect. But you know why? See, I liken it to this because everybody knows who we are but us. Everyone. Everyone knows who we are but us. That's why I ride up and down sometimes streets and I just take mental notes. I think one day what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a collage. Y'all think I'm bullshitting. I'm going to create a collage and put some music behind it, and I'm going to upload it to my YouTube. And I'm going to show you all the Latino businesses. Watch. I'm just going to show you every single Latino business. I'm not going to take pictures. I'm going to have actual video footage and show you how many Latino businesses there are in Las Vegas, Nevada. And then I'm going to ride around and show you how many black businesses there are. And it's going to blow your fucking mind. I'm telling you, go on the west side if you live in Las Vegas. I'm not telling everybody to go over there and protest and all. I'm just saying, look at the situation. They feel like, well, they gave you niggas Doolittle. But what the fuck is Doolittle? When you got Panda Express and Taco Bell, all this bullshit that's killing us. I'm like Killer Mike. If we gonna get killed, then let our own people kill us with the pork and the beef and the shit that we serving. Why you gotta allow other franchises to come in there and kill us with that bullshit poison that Canta Express and Taco Hell and all these other bullshit fucking restaurants that's over there on the west side? I was like, God damn, ain't that because they're gonna gentrify the neighborhood? That's why I'm waiting. I'm just waiting to see how long it's gonna take for people. You know what? When it's all Caucasian on the west side, that's when you know. Oh, and it's going to get there. When Las Vegas runs out of room, and Las Vegas will run out of room. This is not LA. And when Las Vegas runs out of room and they come for that west side, want to build over there and change things and gentrify it and turn projects into condos like they doing downtown, guess what? Then that's when we gonna have a whole bunch of motherfuckers want to be on cold. We wait to get on cold at the last minute. It's like those motherfuckers at your corporate plantation that they I until they get slapped down by massa, then they team. I don't like them motherfuckers. Stay the fuck away from me, because that's not no team. Like I said, watch the movie Us. They had to get on code at the end. And this is my perspective from the movie. Everybody has their own interpretation of it, but this is my perspective of it. I wasn't looking at all the other intricate details. I was just looking at how out of touch they were. Just even the part where the nigga went outside when the motherfucking strangers was like, niggas don't open their door like that. The nigga just walked outside, hey, can I help you? Man, please, you out of touch with reality, bruh. But it's showing you the more affluent we become, the more out of touch we are with reality and out of touch we are with our people. Because we're looking individually, I made it. But as a people, we don't, collective, we ain't doing shit. And there's a lot of motherfuckers that are affluent and they don't speak up because they don't want to lose their checks. They don't want to lose their shit. And I get that. I get it. And I understand that. And I'm not saying go on your job and fight for our rights and power to the people. But when you outside that job, it's time to educate people. Each one teach one. Whoever's around, you got to teach each other. You got to know what it is, man. For real, for real. Hey, man, I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing, hit the bell, subscribe button. Like I said, it's the fucking internet, man. I'll be tripping off this shit. I do this because I feel like there's a certain demographic of people that work in corporate America or corporate plantation, and y'all niggas is out there. So try to act like you're not out there, motherfuckers. Then everybody that watches, I know you gotta go get up and go to work. You should listen to this when you going to work in the morning. That's the best time to listen to this shit. And then send it to another person that go to work that's going through some similar. I guarantee you it will change your perspective. Because I'm a perspective changer. I just change perspectives. I don't change your thoughts. I can't rest haven on your membrane, but I can definitely change the way you look at things. Because there's always a better way of looking at things. You can't look at it from your way. Even when I look at things a certain way and I ask a person and I'm like, oh shit, damn, you right. I didn't even look at it that way. But hey, this is the No I Don't Know podcast. I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. Hey, you got a comment, hit me up, man. If not, it's all good. I don't trip off that shit, man. Because let me tell you, I don't be on here checking this shit like that. People know. It's out there. It's out there. I ain't chasing likes. Y'all chasing likes. I'd paint myself white and buck dance. But anyway, this is the No I Don't Know podcast. The bell, subscribe. Appreciate everybody subscribing. I see y'all on Thursday. I'm out. Peace.